I suppose you could say he's running out of gas. Before we hop into this review of Chapter 79 of Dragon Ball Super, please be able to leave your own thoughts on the chapter in the comment section down below, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come with the channel. Now, let's get into it. What's up guys, I got a pencil here, and here we are to review Chapter 79 of Dragon Ball Super, which is known as Gas vs. Granola, aka G on G action. And, I guess that's probably how I'm going to end up describing this arc as a whole by the end of it, especially considering it supposedly ends in 4 months, which is concerning. But you know what? Let's just hop right into the chapter itself. So we open up, we get to see that young boy, I mean, he's really not young though, but this boy, Alec, is like, well, I'm guessing, based on all the debris and the explosions I'm hearing, Gas is probably the strongest in the universe now. Great. And of course, his servants are like, well, do you want to see the battlefield? Like, we could roll up a little bit closer if you really want us to. And Alec is like, hold on, buddy. Wait a minute. I don't know about you, but this supple 18,224 wine it's not made for the battlefield. I don't want any debris getting in it. Besides, I got something more important to do. And notably, this is like a twofold thing. Like, one, I wonder if the reason Alec isn't so keen on going to the battlefield is because he knows the cost that came with Gas's wish, and he doesn't want Gas to retaliate by finding out about it or somehow, because we know that Turumbo uses a cost. Like, he doesn't just grant the wish outright, and we don't get to see how or what Gas gave up, or yeah, I guess it would be Gas, what Gas gave up in order to grant Alec's wish. We don't know if it's his lifespan, just like Granola, he just doesn't know it, or something along those lines. We don't know. So maybe Alec isn't trying to get found out by that. And I wonder what this other errand is. Is he going to go talk to Frieza or something like that? Like, who else? What other urgent errand does he have himself that he needs to go take care of at this very moment? Because I can't really think of anything. Because, yeah. Unless he needs to go talk to Frieza and maybe, like, get him the... Ooh, he could, like, flip the whole scenario. Like, say Gas loses, and Gas is like beaten on the ground, and like Maki and Oil are just like trembling in fear of the mighty Granola. He could have pulled up Frieza and been like, hey, Frieza, but actually that doesn't make sense. I mean, unless he saves Gas and then uses Gas to kill Frieza later. Like, he wanted Frieza out of there, so I don't know why he'd go talk to Frieza or anybody. I'm really wondering what Alec is going to do, especially in 4 Ooh, could he be going to get 7-3? Could he be going to get 7-3 and have him copy there? Oh, that would be amazing. Because to be fair, 7-3 was an early part of this arc, and they specifically went and recaptured him, and they have him now. So he could. Oh, that would be great. Because as long as he has like proper control over 7-3, 7-3 is essentially an obedient robot. But unlike Gas, who could turn against Alec, or Granola, who could turn against Alec, obedient robot that has the same powers as the strongest in the universe. Ooh, that would actually be great. If Alec's doing that was a fantastic long game play. I'm not gonna lie. That's a pro gamer move right there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That would be impressive. But maybe not. Maybe because I feel like, I mean, Alec is obviously manipulative, but I feel like he's not willing to just sacrifice Gas like that. But I guess it's better to have someone you know is going to obey you rather than someone with any sort of free will, especially if you want to be that mighty. So I'm kind of intrigued. But then we get to see that Maki and Oil are about to get some information out of old Mahito. And notably, we cut away from that before Mahito gets turned into some string beans. We cut away to Vegeta and Granola actually listens to Vegeta and munches on the bean, and he gets restored back to his full power. He's amazed by it, because everyone would be amazed by Senzu Beans. Like, not gonna lie, like, Senzu Beans, we don't talk about them that much because they aren't like the Dragon Balls or anything like that, but Senzu Beans are kind of nuts in of itself. Like, the ability to just completely heal yourself from any injury, and according to the future Gohan special, even regenerate arms if eaten quick enough. Like, Senzu Beans are nuts. But then we get to see that Vegeta is like, okay, I healed you up. You know what you gotta go take care of. And Granola, here's the thing, it's a quick flip, but I automatically like Granola more now than I did, like, beginning of the arc Granola and now arc Granola, a million times better than middle of the arc Granola. That was just a wild, power-hungry revenge fiending nutcase. So I love that the first thing that Granola does once he's healed up is he teleports over to Oil, stops him from attacking Granola, because he says the old man is off. Well, stops him from attacking Granola. Stops him from attacking Mahito by saying the old man's off limits and blasting them away into the mountainside. And then he goes to save Goku. Because, admittedly, no matter how much Mahito did in terms of lying to him or withholding the truth, essentially, Granola still cares about him. This is still essentially his surrogate father figure upwards for a majority of his lifespan. Considering he was what, like, was he like 4 or something when he had his planet ravaged? So he's known Mahito longer than he's known his own mother by a long shot. So Mahito is definitely important to him. So I'm glad to see that Granola takes care of that first. And notably, I mean, it's amazing that Goku managed to hold up this well against Gas, considering he's still extremely battle fatigued. And I know he, quote unquote, healed himself, but obviously it wasn't too effective because he couldn't even go into Ultra Instinct. So I love how he somehow managed to survive, and Gas just has him holding up by this like tip of the stick. And we see that as Granola goes in to fight Gas, Mahito's like, yo, wait a minute, don't forget your partner. And we see that Oatmeal is, what is Oatmeal just an AI? He has to be an AI, right? Like, I thought we would meet Oatmeal and he'd be actually like another surviving Cerulean, but maybe it's just like an AI built by the Ceruleans, and thus Granola has access to them. So, hey, regardless, pretty darn cool. And I'm glad that this is like Granola heel turning back towards the good, because he puts it on and he says, no, I'll always want you backing me up. And then he powers up, revealing his regular eye is also the red Cerulean eye, which is cool. It's an interesting, I mean, it's like the Sharingan. I hate to say it, but it's like the Sharingan. Literally. Perfect sight, extreme amp, all that. It's the Sharingan, but I like the Sharingan. A lot of people like the Sharingan, so I'm not going to complain. I'm happy that Granola, he has some sort of amp. Usually characters of Granola, they don't necessarily have an amp, they just have, I'm hiding more power. But no, obviously this second eye that'll crack open once Granola powers up is meant to be just like his transformation. And then we get to see Vegeta smiling on proudly as Mahito's blown away by Granola's full power. And I wonder, because like Granola got all the techniques of the quote unquote mightiest. Does he get any of their physiology? Like, did he get a Zenkai boost at all from healing, or is he just back to his regular I'm the strongest state without any like power increase? Because, I mean, to be fair, we don't necessarily get a notable mention of a power increase, but I feel like it'd be kind of weird if he was just restored back to the same. Like, no, it wouldn't be weird. It'd be normal, because to be fair, Zenkai boosts are supposed to be a rare thing, no matter how many characters just get way, way, way stronger out of nowhere with no Zenkai boosts in sight. But hey, it'd be like that when it'd be like that sometimes. And then we get to see that Gas, I love, see, that's the thing. I want to like Gas a lot more than I do, because he seems to have this interesting rivalish, or like, I guess the word would be rivalish, like rivaling personality to Granola's, and like he just has this whole rival relationship with him, because the moment Granola's like, get down here, Gas, you're here to fight me, Gas puts up this big old grin on his face, like the biggest we've ever seen him smile, and he's literally like, yeah, just so, and the two instantly leap in the battle. And obviously, as per the title of the chapter, that's what the rest of the chapter is about. We get to see Gas throw up the shields and Granola go lunging in. And these two are essentially locked in a pitch battle. And we see that Gas and Granola, despite what Oil says about Gas being the strongest, they're actually kind of relative. Like, Granola's managing to keep up, dodge, and avoid things from Gas, and just managed to keep on sniping in between, all around the shields. He's doing pretty darn good. And overall, even when Gas tries to switch up tactics, like and I love how he lands, right? Because he lands with the shields, kicks up a dust cloud, and then lands, and then like right into his position, and then swings right back out with a spear, which Granola barely weaves, and then takes care of it. Like he grabs the spear out of Gas's hands, smacks him with it, and then proceeds to lunge in with a death blow, only for Gas to throw out a whole bunch of kunai. And like, I know you have to make weapons, but you couldn't just make like shuriken or something like that. Like, these kunai are just, just like Granola has a Sharingan, these are simply put kunai from Naruto. But it's fine, it's cool, because notably when Granola manages to like block most of them and gets told to calm down, he's essentially being overwhelmed a little bit, and then we get to see Gas trying to just drop a planet on him. Well, not a planet, but he's dropping a spear that's likely, not a spear, a ball and chain that's likely as dense as a planet. And Gas just is in complete shock, just like I am, that Granola manages to raw deadlift that bad boy. And notably, we also get to see, with the help of Oatmeal, which can somehow keep up with this like insane strongest in the universe Granola, he manages to catch all the daggers that Gas throws at him pretty casually in between his fingertips to the point. So you know he's just suppressing himself. And then we get to see that Gas is faced with the whole hard truth from this young boy Trunks that, yo, not gonna lie, this battle is not gonna work out in your favor, buddy. I got the analysis bot right here. You ain't stopping me. And of course, well, Gas took that personally. So the two re-engage their fight in more hand-to-hand, and then Gas pulls out a sword. And notably, we get to see that apparently Gas has always had these like freely spawning weapons. He isn't actually using any of the techniques he got from the Wish, which is interesting that they note it but don't really question it. Like how, like I know techniques can equal strongest strength or whatever, but I don't know. It feels kind of weird that they just freely get these powers for nothing. I mean, sure, it's cool, whatever, makes for a good fight. And then, of course, we get to see that since he's just sticking to the basics, he isn't able to do anything against Granola, who's using all the powers he has, plus the new analytical ability he has with Oatmeal, and he's sort of just like styling on Gas. Like, Gas has nothing he can really do to Granola at this point, until Gas is like, fine, whatever. If you don't want to use the power, if I didn't really want to use these new powers, but if you really want me to so badly, I guess I'll flex on you. And he proceeds to flex on Granola so hard that he blows him back, instantly teleports in front of him, and gets to work in him. Like, he actually just uses Hakai on Granola's clothes and completely destroys it. But notably, he doesn't actually destroy Oatmeal. He just destroys like the outer coat of Granola, which seems like kind of a waste. Maybe Granola resisted most of the Hakai, but I don't know. I guess it's cool. It's interesting that they can't be stronger than the gods, but they can learn godly techniques. I guess it's because the godly technique is known by a mortal now. That's why they have access to it, but hey, it's fine. That's cool. And I actually do like Granola's. Interesting, yeah, because he didn't even really destroy all of Granola's coat. He actually only destroyed like the front of it. Like, he blasted a hole in it. He didn't actually destroy every single fiber of Granola's very being, or every single fiber of Granola's coat. He just blasted a hole in it by using destruction, which I guess is supposed to lead into the ending of this chapter, which shows that Granola, thanks to having these abilities for as long as he's had them, doesn't have, or no, he has an edge over Gas because he knows everything that his abilities do. Meanwhile, Gas is still learning because he just got them so quickly. And we see this by how Granola uses instant transmission. He not only uses it just to like teleport and get away from people, but he also teleports right next to him, only to teleport away and then teleport back in. And like, he's using instant transmission a lot more creatively than even really Goku does. By constantly shifting into different areas and moving around as he does, he's essentially not only allowing himself the freedom of movement that's provided by Ultra Instinct, but he also gives himself essentially a free mix-up, because at any moment he can be 360 degrees away from you or like 180 degrees behind you or something like that. Like, he has the motion, which is really, really good. It's a perk of instant transmission that we rarely get to see Goku himself use. I guess because like now Ultra Instinct doesn't really need to, but it's cool to see that at least someone uses it this way. And notably, we see that Vegeta's able to pick up something that Goku really isn't, and it's the idea that they managed to, no, I mean, maybe Goku picks up on it, but still, Vegeta clearly sees that while both are using the same techniques and Gas may have like the raw power advantage, the gap in mightiest isn't necessarily that large that it can't be overcome with skill and technique knowledge. And we see that by how Granola manages to overwhelm Gas's instant transmission well enough to land a solid hit on him and stay confident in his fight with Gas. However, notably, while Granola has taken a decent amount of damage, even outside that one little kick, Gas is still perfectly fine, clothes and all. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's hope Gas doesn't adapt, because if he adapts, Granolla's kind of done in. But yeah, that's the end of the chapter. And I mean, it was pretty cool. It was kind of neat. I wish I could say more about the chapter, but it literally just is Granolla versus Gas. I'm glad to see that there's some technique gap here, and I like seeing two of our big bad powers like going against each other in some way, shape, or form. Our two new mightiest, this has become their arc, their battle. It's weird because essentially this is just the two of Gas's henchmen, the two of the Lex henchmen fighting for supremacy right here, right now. But I'm glad that this is how it's ending, rather than Goku or Vegeta stepping in. I'm glad that Granolla is getting the spotlight, and he's almost redeeming his character in a sense by using all he's learned from his battles with the Saiyans. Very, very good. Excited to see what Alec is talking about. If it is bringing 7-3 to copy all this battle data and then just get rid of both of them, great. If it's something else, I'm intrigued to see, because I can't really think of anything else. It's cool to see Gas actually start using the other powers, like even if he doesn't want to, even if he's using them sloppily, the fact that he's starting to get a hang of and starting to use Hakai, Ultra Instinct, the barrier technique. Like, he has so many other powers he could delve into, and considering the fact that he already creates weapons, he could start infusing some of these techniques into his whole weapon thing. Like, he could start teleporting around and throwing kunai. He could start infusing a sword with God of Destruction ki rather than just regular ki. Like, he has things he can do with his powers in order to stack them on top of each other, and I'm very intrigued to see what could happen from there. However, those are my thoughts on the chapter. Please tell me your thoughts on the chapter in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off.